Yes, you are right. There is a lot of smile in my face because we are almost reaching the last part of chapter 2 of Evidence Act, which is all about relevancy of facts covered between section 5 to 55. Total of 51 sections, and we have covered already 47 sections, and we have 4 remaining sections on character. I am covering these 4 sections in 2 videos. The first one comes here where I am discussing section 52 and 55, which is related to character in civil cases. In my next video, I will cover the character aspect in criminal cases. Not taking much of your time, let's get into the first slide. Before getting into discussion anything from section 52 to 55, one need to understand the term meaning of character because these 4 sections from Indian Evidence Act is all about character. What do you see when you see a person? You will see a tall person or a short person or a well-bred person or a fat person or a blind person or a person who cannot walk. All of these are what? These are physical aspects of a person. There is one more aspect with every individual, that is the character. You cannot see them because these are the mental and moral qualities which are distinctive to every single individual. Just like the physical characters are different from person to person, the mental and moral qualities are also different from person to person, and such mental and moral qualities are called as character. Here I have given indication of lot of good characters as well as bad characters. You can call them as traits, and in good character we have generous, loyalty, loving, kindness, peacefulness, self-control, faithfulness, patience, persistence, adventurous, fairness, cooperative, tolerant, optimism, all of that. Whereas in bad character we have dishonesty, disloyalty, unkindness, meanness, rudeness, quarrelsome, selfishness, unforgive, all of this. There are many, you can just go through. Now I am taking you through few of the pictures. Basically, the characters are mental and moral qualities. They cannot be seen. Saying so, they can be observed over a period of time or with a particular action of a person. Now see, in the image number 1, there is a person who is helping another who is about to fall. Now that is helping nature. The character of the person is helping. Whereas in the second image, somebody is trying to hack others. Now this is not a good character. This is an evil character. In the third image, there is a person who is having lot of angerness. Now that is a bad character again. The fourth one may be representing a cunning character. The fifth one is almost like gossiping. The sixth one is like adventurous. Now if you see the sixth image, you can interpret in different ways. The one who looks at the positive side of the image will say this is a very good character, very brave character because he is adventurous. On the other hand, there might be people who can say the sixth image is an example of foolishness. Now that is different interpretation. I am not getting into that, but overall we see this as a positive image. It is an adventurous image, that is a good character. And the seventh one, pushing someone, is a bad character. Now that is how we see, we make observation and we come to a conclusion on different characters. Getting into the first section, that is section 52, which discusses about in civil cases character to prove conduct imputed irrelevant. If you ask me to simplify it, in civil cases characters are irrelevant. The provision says in civil cases the fact that the character of any person concerned is such as to render probable or improbable any conduct imputed to him is irrelevant except in so far as such character appears from facts otherwise relevant. In simple terms, we can say no good or bad characters influence any civil cases, no matter what, except if the case itself is on the character. Otherwise, there is no relevancy of good or bad character in a civil cases. I am coming to that exception, but before that, if you ask me to give an example, a businessman charged with fraud. Now here, when it is running in a civil court, when it is a civil case, it doesn't matter whether prior to such fraud case he was honest or dishonest. That is irrelevant under section 52. The similar case law that you can refer here is Attorney General versus Bowman, where the allegation was on keeping false weight. Now, the person who is keeping false weight says that I have good character outside the society, and if there are few people who are giving evidence on behalf of him proving his good character, that will not be considered by the court. Neither they will be called to the court to give any certification on his character, because under section 52, under civil cases, any kind of character is not relevant, or straight away they are irrelevant unless and until the question is straight away connected to the character, like in defamation case or in a reason for divorce. There the character is the fact in the case. In such cases the character will be considered, otherwise it is not. Like for example, in defamation case, if somebody says Mr. XYZ's character is not good, there the discussion in the case itself will be only on the character of Mr. XYZ. Now XYZ says, no, whatever allegation or whatever defamation has done on me is not correct. On the other party will try to prove that such statement is correct. Now it is all about the character when it becomes to defamation, and there the facts or the characters also becomes relevant, and both the parties will try to prove that. One party will try to prove that it is not having such character. On the other hand, the other party which has caused defamation will try to prove that XYZ's character is not good. That's what happens, and that is the exception under section 52. Otherwise, the characters in civil cases are completely irrelevant. While section 52 says in civil cases character is irrelevant, there is one exception in the form of section 55, which is character as affecting damages. This provision says in civil cases the fact that the character of any person is such as to affect the amount of damages which he ought to receive is relevant. Now, if it is a suit where damages are sought, in that case the character of such person who is seeking the damages will become relevant under section 55. Why so? To understand that, I have few examples here, like in the case of seduction or rape or defamation, where damages are sought by the original plaintiff, or when a person putting these kind of cases asking for damages. Here the good and bad character of such person who is putting the case will be relevant as far as the damages amount are concerned. Now if the good character is there, then the damages might go little high, and if the person who is claiming such damages, if he or she is having a bad character which is relevant to the allegation which they are bringing inside the court, if it is connected to that, then the damages amount will go down. That is what we need to remember. Like for example, the case is defamation, and if the person is having bad character and if it is connected to those lines which are used in the defaming statement, in that case definitely the damages will go down. That's what we need to understand as far as section 55 is concerned. where the character is affecting damages, because if there are good character then the damages may go high, and if the character of the original plaintiff is not good then the damages will also be reduced.
Ah, keys. What are these keys used for? The key for knowledge is study. Study well.
Nishan, what's happening there?
Nothing, Papa. With that, I'm concluding this session. Please subscribe our channel. Please like, share, and comment our videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.